And Barb, we got the celebration coming up next weekend, and how are things going so far in preparation?
Preparations are going really well, and we added a couple of new things, so that's always exciting. We're going to have an art show, and so we've encouraged students in our school district and anybody else who has talents of arts. It's not an art sale. We're not selling anything, but we have our new conference room open in our Fidelity Drives building now, so that's where the art show is going to be, and we're excited about that, to have that new event. And a couple of years ago, 2010, our theme was the Grand Masters of the Dutch Enlightenment area, and so the Rembrandts and the Vermeers. There was just for a century these artists, and so in 2010, we had local artists, Nancy Dembeston, Numita Van Zee, Hope Rice. They painted like the famous arts and then walked in the parade with those paintings, and we still have those. So they'll be on display also. So just a lot of fun things that we've been able to capture, in the art world for this year.
What do we have for a theme this year?
Our theme is the USA and the Netherlands celebrating 250 years of friendship. And we're very fortunate to have Mike Swanson, retired researcher. He's our speaker this year, so he'll speak on Friday once and twice on Saturday. And so he will share that background. Trade was the impetus that the Dutch were involved. They had a big army in the big navy in the 1600s, and so did France and Great Britain and Spain. And everybody wanted a piece of the trade with the colonist over here in this new world. And so they were always fighting for lanes, open lanes, and the Dutch were very involved with that. And then, of course, they came here and settled right away, and most of New York was Dutch. And Peter Stuyvesant bought Manhattan Island from the Indians for like the $24 or some such thing. So the Dutch were very involved in that early settlement.
I believe, wasn't New York used New Amsterdam originally?
It was, yes.
That's what I thought.
Until Great Britain took over, and then it became New York.
Yeah. So Jane Orman is going to be the
Yes,
Grand Marshal.
yeah. Yep. She's been our criteria is somebody who has been involved in community service over a long period of time, and she knocks it out of the park when it comes to that criteria. So yeah, we're just delighted to have Jane. She's been involved with school board and with Dutch Days and with the Windmill Culture Center in a very great and devoted way.
And she had so much with her Delft artwork.
Yeah.
That is beautiful over there.
Yeah.
So Friday, what are some of the main things on Friday, Barb?
One thing we're happy also about this year that's new for us and probably a one-time thing, but back in the 80s, the Fulton Kiwanis Club had sponsored a Dutch Day Queen contest. And really a nice thing for us to have, and the Kiwanis Club did it, so that was also nice. So we've invited the queens back, and we have 9 of them coming. California, Colorado, from all over the United States, all excited about coming back. And we're going to have a reception for them on Friday afternoon. We have musical programs on the stage. And then from 3 to 5 in Crumpets, we're going to have a reception, so anybody who wants to come and see them and their families are invited. And then they'll be walking in the parade on Saturday as well. Yeah.
Visiting with Barb Mask for Dutch Days. And of course, arts and crafts, so many vendors, that's always a big part. And of course, Mother's Day just coming up, be a good time to give Mom a gift.
It is. And a bonus about the arts and crafts is that so many folks who come here with their arts and craft booths, they're there in Fulton for 2 days. So they're an economic boon to as well. They have to eat while they're there, and they have sleep, and they shop here. So it's like bringing in a whole additional group, in addition to all of our visitors and guests who are there. We also have all those folks, and the arts and crafts popular attraction every year. And this year they've kind of given themselves a name called the Molen Market, and using the Dutch word for it, so it's like the Mills Marketplace. And so that's just been real clever to be able to do that.
Saturday, of course, is going to be a full day. I'm looking forward to being over there Saturday morning broadcasting for the radio station. Of course, the parade, the big event, and I know the street work has to do a little street work yet, but you're going to clean it anyway, right?
We're going to clean it anyway. The street with its uneven surface is really hard on the wooden shoes. The
Yeah.
clumping don't sound like they normally sound, and that's wear and tear, but the street should be done this year. So and the sidewalks are done, so the street should be done. So we're looking forward to that next year.
All right, very good.
And speaking of, Gary, you coming over,
Yes.
we want to thank you. The Dutch Day Committee really appreciates. I think this is will be your 50th year coming to us.
I believe so. Of course, we missed the 1 year,
Yeah.
but I started with the station May of 1976. 77 was the first year that I actually came over
Okay.
to do broadcast,
Got
but I've always enjoyed coming
Yeah.
over and being a part of that celebration in the
Yeah,
morning.
well, we've enjoyed having you there. You would speak to me. You would go find Jane in the
Oh,
Dutch
yeah.
Treasures Room, and you'd find Mike Kramer, our town crier, and
And I see he's coming out of retirement to dance.
yes. The motivation there, in part, is back in 1981, our family hosted an American Field Service student, and coincidentally, she was from the Netherlands. We didn't plan that, and she didn't plan that. She wanted to come to America, and the only request we had is that somebody could speak some English. Otherwise, you spent like the first 5 months they were here just where we're going to pick you up, whatever. And so she came, and then when she saw my wooden shoes on the back porch, she said, "Oh, we don't do that at home." And so then I said, we're very involved in the Dutch Day Festival here, but you don't have to. But as the time got closer, she wrote to her mother and said, "I'd like to be in this Dutch Day." So her mother had to go to the library and research what the costume looked like a few years ago back in her town. And then she danced, and Mike was her partner. So it's her 45th class reunion, so she's coming Sunday. She'll be here for a week.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep, and she's hopefully going to get out there and dance with Mike. So that was one of his motivations to
Well,
get back out.
I'll have to run her down, point her out for me, and I'll do a quick interview with
Yeah.
her while I'm over there
I
as well.
will.
And finally, before we let you go, and thank you so much for your time, what costume will you be wearing this weekend?
I'm going to wear my Volendam costume again just because I'm in it all day and it's my most comfortable one. So I'm going to be wearing that. I just want to quick say one
Yes.
more thing. Something new also this year is we are creating a merchandise sale. They can go to the Dutch Day Facebook page to get any information. The schedule's on there, everything. Dutch Days on Facebook. No caps, just Dutch Days. And they can find everything on it. And we'll set that up with Deb Worsman at D&M Embroidery. People have always loved some of our old sweatshirts, so we're not redesigning, but reselling those that people can go and buy some merchandise too.
Well, we could probably visit all morning long, but appreciate it. I will see you next Saturday, May 2nd.
Yes, thanks, Gary. We appreciate your coming over every year.
Thank you.
Since 1963, the Jones